Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ultimate Manifestation Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant. Happy Sunday to you. If you're in another part of the world, happy Monday, if that's where you are, or whether you're listening to this podcast in present time or in the future, because you can't listen it to the past unless you're going back to the future. Welcome. And I hope you are feeling your absolute best in every sense of the word. Either way, like I said, I'm excited and happy to have you with me. So there's an interesting thing going around, and I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but I just kind of want to touch on it because it really ties into today's message. And that whole thing is this entire coronavirus situation. And so today we're going to be talking about vibrational net worth. All right, vibrational net worth. So with the coronavirus, it's not the virus necessarily itself, but the fear that it's creating within society that is going to really tank a lot of people's vibrational net worth. And so what I'm seeing is that it's creating such an uproar and scare within people that they are, literally it's causing manifestations of fear because people are changing their lives just because of what they feel like this virus is doing. And so for me, a lot of times, I've learned to never really firsthand and truthfully believe what the media is telling me. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times it's fabricated. A lot of times it's it's of a greater magnitude to create a buzz in a story than it actually is. And I learned that firsthand from Hurricane Katrina when there were all these reports about, when everybody was hunkering down in the Superdome, and there were all these reports about people getting raped, children getting raped, women getting beat up, somebody getting stabbed. And it's because the media wanted to portray this picture of New Orleans as these heathens that, were caught up in this war zone because it made for a greater story. Okay. And so as I watch that unfold, as I watch that sort of take place, I'm thinking to myself, they're creating so much fear, so much stress, so much worry, not just for the people in New Orleans, but the people outside of New Orleans who have connections to New Orleans or who just flat out care, So that's why I want to get into vibrational net worth, because this is something that if you ever decided that you wanted to have lots and lots of money, this is a place you need to start. If you ever decided that you wanted to be really and truly happy, this is where you have to start. If you ever desired to just live a peaceful, fulfilling existence, this is where you have to start. Okay, so vibrational net worth. Let's get into what net worth is first. So net worth is basically the amount of physical manifested versions of money that you are worth, right? And of course, society takes this as key because society refuses to acknowledge the fact that if everybody knew what type of vibrational vortex, as Abraham Hicks says, is actually inherent within them, the net worth would no longer be something that is of vital importance. Why? Because that's in the past. Everything that's already manifested is in the past. Like what's present now is within you, is within your vibration. Okay? So when we think about this vibrational net worth, it's actually more than just money. It's your ability to build a divinely purposed career and calling that flows easily and effortlessly with the rest of your life. It's your ability to build relationships, okay, that support you, enhance your life. And it's your ability to have perfect health in whatever state you are in, with endless energy and not having to worry about, dragging ass or dying out at any point in time. So I've given you all of this. And of course, it is having more than enough money. So I've given you all of this, and you might be saying, all right, we get it. So tell us, how do we get what is the vibrational net worth? So your vibrational net worth is basically the vibrational frequency that you resonate at for the majority of the time of your existence. Okay? And this is where it gets fun. Because this is completely in your control. Completely in your control. Right? If you have sucky friends, sucky. I don't think I used that word since third grade. If you have sucky friends, or you're in a sucky relationship, that's going to tank your vibrational worth because you're not going to be happy. If you have someone who just talks shit to you and doesn't uplift you, you are not going to be happy. And that will affect your vibrational worth. If you work in a job where people are abusing you and working you as a slave just for money, when money can come freely and effortlessly to you, when you truly understand what it is, it's going to hurt your vibrational worth, right? The coronavirus, the fear that's going around with that, if you tap into that fear, it is going to hurt your vibrational net worth. And what happens with the vibrational net worth is all of a sudden you begin to manifest these things that you're like, oh my gosh, where does that come from? Well, that is what's happening in your vibrational net worth. Same with things that enhance your life, right? Universe is like, whatever you're putting down, I'm picking up. So what do we have to do? Well, I'll give you an example of what I do. I monitor my vibration. Every single opportunity I get, whatever interaction I have, whatever person, place, or thing I come into contact with, whatever environment I'm in, I'm monitoring my vibration to see if it's going up or coming down, because it's doing one of those two things, right? So I encourage you to really monitor that. Like, if you meet somebody, they can be the nicest person ever, but if it feels energetically heavy, it might not be the best person to be around. Okay? So, making good choices financially raises your vibrational net worth. And what do I mean by that? Not impulse buying. Not thinking that just because you have the money in your account, you have to go out and buy all and everything that you desire to buy in the moment, without really figuring out, okay, is this thing I'm buying adding to my vibration, or is it going to eventually take away because I'm just going to take it and throw it in the closet or throw it in the back cabinet after a day or so? It's really going deep, because there's a saying that goes, we are the sum of all of our choices. Present, past, and future choices that will actually be present. But we are the sum of all of our choices. And the choices that we make lead to the manifestations in our lives. So getting back to that money thing, because money is a big thing, just imagine, and I'm talking from experience, when I decided that I wasn't going to abuse the energy of money, but I was going to respect it, and I was going to always basically make buying an investment, make buying something that I needed to enhance me as a spiritual being having a human experience. And so when I made that choice, all of a sudden the energy around money changed, because before, because I grew up relatively, impoverished, or more with an impoverished mindset, the moment I got money, I used to just impulse buy and just buy anything and everything because I could, which didn't make me feel good. It actually made me kind of feel like a cheap hooker, because I was just going after the impulse, right? But now, and it goes as far as even buying a cup of coffee. Can I justify buying a cup of coffee? If not, I can make coffee at home and it tastes just as good, if not better, right? Depends on the circumstances. How can I justify this by raising my vibration, right? And if it can raise your vibration, if it can enhance your way of being, it's adding to your vibrational net worth. And when you add and increase your vibrational net worth with choices and opportunities like that, what you find is it starts to produce all types of how do I put it? It starts to produce all types of really amazing manifestations for you and for everyone involved, right? But it comes down to your vibration. So let's think about your home. The place that you live in. Doesn't matter how big or how small it is. Do you have clutter? Do you have stuff stuck into the cabinets that is taking up energy that could totally be freed to allow you, okay, to be open to more money coming into your life or a better job coming into your life? Do you have stuff that's broken? Or if you're like me and my wife, you have plants. Are your plants alive or are they dead? Because a dead plant signifies dead energy, right? It signifies lifelessness. And we don't want anything to signify lifelessness. We want vibrancy and activity in every room. So what is a fantastic idea? I forget who I learned it from, but it was just amazing because it's such good advice. Go into every room, move every single thing around, create a sense of activity. Ernest Holmes. Create a sense of activity within everything that you're doing, especially if you have a place of business. Create a sense of activity. Allow things to move. Allow things to shake up a bit. Allow things to move around, right? And so by doing this, right? By doing this, what you do is you give energy the opportunity to circulate, and energy is just vibration. Now, vibration is circulating more often than times than not. It's raising itself because movement raises your vibration, just like with your body. If you just shake your body out and move and exercise or take a walk, you raise your vibration. And with vibrational net worth, it just comes down to that, right? We talked about your place of being, your place of work, your relationships. How do you feel when you're with people? And this is a big one because if somebody tears you down or takes you down, that's tearing down your vibration. If somebody treats you amazing and makes you feel so good after the fact, that's raising your vibration. So in order to maximize your vibrational net worth first and foremost, because it's the most important aspect of net worth is your vibrational net worth, do every possible thing to raise it, right? A few examples here that I use. Nature, every single day, sometimes twice a day. Meditation, meditate before I wake up and after I go to bed, or before I go to bed. What else? I participate in sports. For me, I'm an athlete. I've always been an athlete, so I'm always participating in some type of sport. Music. I listen to music that elevates me to a higher level, that inspires me. I write, I journal, because that allows me to get out any stuck emotions that could possibly be there. Relationships. I don't get into relationships with anyone who does not resonate the same type of energy that I'm resonating, in a sense of peace, right? You don't have to be perfect, but if you're peaceful and you're loving and you're a good person, that works for me, right? In jobs, I don't work with people who are involved with drama or negativity or anything other than positive, uplifting, vibrational frequency. And that allows me to vibrate at an enormously high level, which in turn contributes to what I'm able to manifest in my life. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple, guys. Easy peasy. So I'm going to set an intention here before we go. And this intention is just for you to manifest the highest vibrational net worth possible. So for you to do a hookup for me, take your middle finger, place it on your between your eyebrows on your right hand, and then take the other on your left hand and place it between your chest. Take a deep breath. Good. And just feel a sense of gratitude right now. We've done compassion before, but feel a sense of gratitude. Feel that this intention is already answered, and you are on your way to having an exponentially high vibrational net worth. Okay? And we're just going to set the intention real quick, and then we're going to end it right there. Dearest God in me, thank you for easily and effortlessly allowing each and every person here on this podcast to manifest the highest vibrational net worth in a comforting, joyful, easy way that is in their highest good and the highest good of all concerned. And so it is. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful Sunday, and we will talk soon. Take care.